spot appearance at the Mid-Season Cup. Will it be Selangor Red Giants or the Ninjas in Pajamas Flash taking the first mark? And we get a good sight here on how this is all going to play a part again. The Sky Prince, oh, look at this already mid lane.
Oh, so much damage from Kurt already. One more shot for Stormy, able to get away, and that is the pressure that comes from this Martis mid. I think it's going to be a little bit of time till Stormy's really able to counter it, but still it's huge.
I guess that goes back to it, man. Is this the answer to deal with Kurt Teasy? The Fulvius right now, because of the fact that we haven't seen it pop up too much, I mean, the same could have been said about Martis earlier on until Kurt Teasy brought it to play. But I think, you know, when we get to when we start to get these skirmishes early on, and once that level 4 comes online for Stormy, that might play a part in here. Oh, Diablo too. This is weird. I feel like this is different, right? As we take a look at the emblems here real quick, I want to point out the fact Diablo playing this Uranus is very different and a different contrast from what we saw with the Benedetta.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a much slower pace, but they have so much damage. Here comes Kurt Teasy, rotating up to the top side, putting damage onto the Sky Prince himself. I really love this pick from Hades. The Amon pick and big burst, first blood, over to NIP Flash. Hades gonna put that one into his pocket. I think the Amon pick is great as well. It's a beautiful answer to the Fulvius. No dash assassin, but still big damage.
Yeah, talk about already building up this early advantage on a pick like Amon. And you know, you kind of want to do the same thing if you're Sakai's here with that Ling, as we've seen him do in the past, but so far, because of the fact that Hades gets this first kill, gets a pickup, he has momentum on his side. Turtle's going to be up, so the first objective to focus here, a whole lot happening on top.
God, Kurt's damage doesn't make sense. Mid laners aren't supposed to do this early, and now the Lord able to be the Turtle able to be taken by Sakai's. A lot of damage onto Yumzo. Kurt Teasy able to help Hades get the kill and secure one for himself as well. Sakai's goes down to 2-for-1 trade right now. Make it 3 as Cram falls next. Kurt Teasy 2-0-2. Turtle does go over to SRG though.
At least SRG gets the objective, but man, looking at the STC replay again, this is just chaos here. And that's partly due because of the Mortal Coils coming out from Kurt Teasy and that Decimate. So at least, you know, there's a pickup there as well, but man, NIP Flash coming out this game 1 with a Flash. You know, it's very strong start for them. Looking at the items too, no first items locked in just yet, but they will be falling into place very soon. With this lead they've gotten themselves, and even just having those arcane boots, that little extra penetration will really help Hades here. And you know, this might be the answer to put Diablo on this Uranus. He's a stalwart in the XP lane. Just keep him there. Oh, hold on.
Hades gonna come in, should be able to burst down Cram. Cram goes down once again. Crammed into the coffin, man. It's 0-2-0 right there, and that is a bad start for a Dyroth.
Yeah, this is a bad start for a Dyroth, or for anyone, really. I mean, even this, Yums, okay, he has to flicker out, so he should be fine. Goes in.
A little bit of damage, nothing too major. You know, a lot of people would say it's highly debatable. The Dyroth does counter the Esmeralda back in the day, but I'm still a believer that I don't think it does it for the Uranus. The Consecration's able to just get him away, and we're starting to see that. You add that up with a couple deaths on the Dyroth, it's becoming a problem in that AXP lane.
So then we have to start to think, all right, well, with the Dyroth that you have here, with this lineup that SRG has, there could be a certain timing for them to kind of like pop off at this point, but because of the fact that Sakai's has had such a difficult time, he's going to take a lot longer for Ling to build up here. Corrosion Scythe just being locked in by Innocent down here in the gold lane. Of course, that classic matchup we see so much of against the Harith. But even with that, SRG actually wants to go ahead and contest this Turtle here. Look what Diablo's doing too. He's just being a nuisance. Might try to get the Retribution out, but won't be able to, so they forced him out of the Turtle.
Oh, and JPL's position as well, just keeping Sekai's at bay here. Kurt Teasy gonna come in. SRG now finally kind of controlling the pit here. Nice lockup on a JPL. Demonic Force does pop, but Stormy unable to use it once again. JPL able to get the way of the Dragon. Vanex putting a lot of damage down. Cram able to just get away. Zamon's Force does drop. Yums first to fall in the fight there. Innocent now going to get involved, able to get the spear against Diablo. Pin him against the wall, but Diablo pops concentration, gets away. Turtle goes over to NIP Flash. Spear Destruction does not connect. Kurt Teasy goes down. Stormy able to pick it up, looking for another target. Set guys there as well. A double kill for Stormy. It's 2-0. Turtle over to NIP, 6-3.
Hey, that might be the answer, man. Give some kills to Stormy. Let him pop off on this Fulvius pick. And I would like to know, too, maybe this is that 80th pick unique heroes for the MSC 2024 here. And again, looking at the items fall in place, he's already got that Clock of Destiny locked in now for Stormy. This could be a big power spike for the team lineup here from SRG, because so far, there hasn't been a direct answer just yet from Curteezy. They're going to have to shut him down.
Ooh, I'm offended. On to 2. Curteezy goes down. The pick is starting to fold. JPL taking some damage as well. Demonic Force doesn't get proc Stormy. Doesn't need to blow the load yet.
Hey, man. Yums is like, you know what? I've been seeing way too many Mortal Coils. You escaping Curteezy. And they finally get him handled. So now it's shifted a little bit for NIP Flash. They have to have an answer for Stormy. We know that Phoveus, now traditionally in the in history when he is picked up, once he gets a lead like this, I don't know, he just becomes almost unkillable, especially when he pops that Demonic Force against them. JPL gonna get some information, will get zoned out there, but that's the thing. NIP Flash, great start for them, but they could easily lose that lead they built up already.
So both teams, I think, are going to have 2 very hard-to-kill forces. We have the Uranus with Diablo. We're going to have Stormy for SRG. Both teams do have answers, though, right? You have Yums and Innocent, who should be able to shred down Diablo. He should be able to get away from this. And then on the other side, you have JPL, who can get that big way of the dragon, stun up Stormy just long enough that maybe they can burst him down. So it's going to kind of come down to who can get these big boys out of the way.
Yeah, it's all about, like, getting them out of the way, but at the same time, you're buying time for your gold laners. You know, like, Innocent needs time. Obviously, he just picked up his next item, the Golden Staff, now for this Mozkov. This is the 3rd turtle of the game. Looks like NIP Flash is just going to go ahead and start it up and try to keep Sakai's from getting into retry range here.
Pinch Poise is up. Demonic Force does drop. Yums drops along with it. Turtle looking like it could go over to NIP here. Sekai's still there. Stormy taking a little bit of damage, forced to back off. Cram backs off as well. Down to the boss side, though. Innocent able to take a tower during the chaos. Hades finds the Turtle. So tower for Turtle, plus pressure in the bottom lane. SRG not completely losing out.
They get what they can. NIP Flash, you know, it's better that they just go ahead, get that turtle. They got a kill off of it, but SRG at least making some macro play here. It's part of, you know, basically the chessboard, if you will, because SRG, they got to have space to work around with, especially the lineup. This is where the Ling gets to shine. You have a space advantage around the map. You can then go ahead and put pressure as well. So it reverts from Innocent doesn't always have to be the one split pushing. You can then let Sakai's do it. He shows up for these objectives and tries to steal it. Now, part of that, too, is where does this Dyroth fit into this whole thing? And it might just be, you know, oh, hold on.
JPL take some, should be okay. Should be okay.
He's all right. I was going to say, you know, it might just be getting that armor penetration on with that Dyroth. And, of course, the Abysm Strike's a little bit tough to land here, I would say, against this lineup from NIP Flash. But also items locking in here. Berserker's Fury now for Sakai's, working against that gap. But look at this. The Genius Wand 2 from Hades will help with the fact that you want to play into Vanix. You have this Harith. You got to let him shine at some point, but already looking at this fight for mid control, if they can get the tier 1 turret down, that might be best for whoever is able to do that before the Lord comes up.
Yeah, tier 1 mid is going to be huge. Both teams have lost a little bit on the side lanes. Nothing too major. Hades versus Sekai's, though, I'm wondering, they got to do something about Hades because Sekai's having trouble getting in onto these neutral objectives, because if Hades has that ult ready to go and he lands it, it's a lot of damage onto a squishy Ling, right? And it's something you're not really able to dance around. So SRG needs to create some space when it comes down to these Lords. Taking a look at these gold differences, Diablo right now, full 1.8 ahead of Cram.
Yeah, he's been farming his mind out. JPL, though, constantly looking, possibly conceal. Man, I feel like, you know, when we saw JPL earlier in the matches, he was such a playmaker. Right now, it looks like he's struggling to really find the right setup. But he's got the, you know, he's managed to do it 4 times. It's just now at this point in the game, you have to be even more careful because of what's happened in the previous skirmishes. And although they hold, you know, a bit of a lead, look at the confidence that SRG has. They're going to go ahead, pull up the Lord, try to get the attention. Meanwhile, Diablo will continue to do this against Sakai's. So the information is already there, trying to get this retribution out. Oh, he's actually quite low, too.
Ooh.
This is dicey.
Sakai's trying to come in. Turtle does go over to SRG. Stormy finds Hades along with the Bakram. Able to answer. Find one on a JPL. Now Curteezy on the run. The Demonic Force drops, and Curteezy drops along with it. Vanix goes down. Stormy with a monster kill.
The Sky Prince pulls it off. Even with 25% HP, Diablo messing with him the whole time. He comes in, swoops in like the prince he is. Boom, gets the red tree off and gets the safety. Meanwhile, the rest of the team handles everything. You know, he came in, did his job, and he's out of there.
They're handling business.
Handling business.
Handling business. Pulling
like
up.
To say. Yeah, pulling up like they like to say in Florida, man.
You know, that's how they're doing. Lord going to be coming soon now on the bot side. NIP completely lose the lead. 2,000 now over to SRG, and they're going to be pushing hard on this one.
Yep, they're going to go ahead and get these tier 2 turrets. NIP Flash, you know, they started, like I said, with a flash in the beginning. And now they're being kind of stopped here a little bit. Shields are going to pop. They might be able to hold on to this turret here. It looks like they will be able to in the bottom lane. JPL still kind of struggling to find his setup because he kind of is that front guy to be the initiator for this matchup. Also, keep an eye on Hades on his plans there. Oh,
JPL down.
JPL
couldn't even cast that one.
He's just deleted. And, you know, at this point, Hades is like, you know what, I'll just go ahead and get these buffs. Get what I can, steal it, and try to slow down this shift.
Ooh.
But, oh, this is tough, Hades.
Yeah, a lot of damage. Tempest of Blades, right to the face. Takes Hades right out of his place. Hades down. Sekis able to put another kill down on the board.
Man, Sakai's he's tired of it. You know, he dealt with the pressure in the early game, and he's like, I am not having that anymore. Also, too, for Cram, his job has just become be a little tanky, be this tanky Dyroth, get that debuff, that armor penetration on, and then let the rest of the team shine. Meanwhile, Stormy has not died. He is basically an unkillable, whatever Phoveus is, demonic force guy.
He's a demonic force.
And how do you deal with him if you're NIP Flash? Because their lineup's pretty squishy. Diablo, look at this.
Ooh, a lot of damage on a Diablo. Pops a consecration, but damn, it's too much. The unkillable Diablo, the Demon King himself, taken out by the Sky Prince.
I've never seen a Uranus go down that fast. Like, talk about damage burst already with Sakai's here, especially good layering. But for NIP Flash, now that the tables have turned, we're talking about 5,000 gold now in favor of the Giants here. With this momentum that they have, NIP Flash is kind of left to wonder, how do we actually win these team fights? How do we get the advantage in our favor? A Malefic Roar also being picked up by Sakai's will make that even more difficult at this point. JPL's almost at risk. I mean, he's almost... Oh.
Ooh, Curtizi pulled in with the Yama Fend, and the burst damage connects over and over, but Curtizi's still able to just get away. Tempest of Blades drops. JPL flickers back. The Bronze Force is there to help out, trying to dance around Van X, trying, but he still falls. That's one down. SRG, it's all they need to try to move over. But Hades now trying to lock onto Krem here. Gets the ult off. But he lives! And he falls for that one! Sec, guys! Sec, guys! 5, 2, and 4.
Krem just stood there because he's like, nah, I'm fine. I have an Athena shield. I'm good,
bruh.
I'm good. And they're going to get the Lord off that too. So SRG, man, talk about a shift completely in momentum from what we saw in the early game here. Again, looking at it, he's got Radiant Armor and Athena Shield. His job literally is just to go in and, like I said, get the debuff and survive as long as you can. Again, a pull.
Oh my god, the damage is just too fast. Curtizi falls down. 2 members. Hades just going to come back onto the Land of Dawn to try to defend the push. But SRG have a Lord coming, so they can just take their time with this. You know, Cram, we thought he was going to be the burster. Nah, bro. I got a Ling for that. I got a Sky Prince for that.
You got Innocent.
I got Innocent for that, bro.
Innocent has just had what I like to call the gold lane experience. He just farmed up his entire time. He's online now. He's ready to rock and roll. But, you know, at this point, it's going to be very grim, very difficult for NIP Flash to defend against this. With this kind of power spike in favor of SRG. Look at this. Turret just dismantled quickly. Lord still up. They want to fight.
JPL can't even look for the kick because Yums is always there to lock him, but here comes JPL to the backside, trying to get a target, but the Lord already connected onto the base. JPL eliminated. Hades able to find Storm. His Mons Force does drop, but the base is down to 30.